let's see here. Hi, this is Chris.
You have a caller. To accept the call.
Hi, this is Chris. Hello.
Hey, Chris.
Yeah.
Hi. How are you?
Good. What's going on?
Hi. Are you in this? Are you in the South Bay?
Yeah, at the corner of PCH and Nob Hill.
Oh, okay. So you're here in Redondo.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. So what do you charge for to check on the? You work on computers, right?
Yeah, if you bring it by, I'll talk to you for free for 5 minutes. That's usually how much time it takes to figure out the basics, most of the failures. What's going on?
Well, I have an HP with Windows, I think 10 on it.
Yeah.
I think. And I know it's I try to get rid of stuff, spyware, stuff like that, and I have like a Seagate like a drive that I can back stuff up, but I was just trying to back it up again, and I attached my Seagate Backup Plus, but I don't know how to do it.
Oh, all right, no problem. So you basically want to back up to a USB drive, and you're not sure how to do it because you did it once, but you forgot because it's not something you do all the time?
Yeah.
It's not a big deal. So yeah, if you want to bring it by, I can show you how it works, or I could also just do it for you. So I don't know. Are you how old is this computer we're speaking of?
It's more than 5 years old.
All right. Yeah. So generally speaking, after 5 or 6 years, I'd recommend moving on to new hardware because that's generally the oldest. Even if the thing was in perfect condition, the latest system you can run on it is Windows 10, which is now out of date. I mean, technically, for the next 2 years or so, you can still update it. But the more up-to-date operating system is Windows 11. That hardware, being 5 or more years old, won't take it, which means you can't do the latest updates, which means you eventually, after 2 years, Windows 10 will no longer be the valid system to use.
Okay, because I purchased like the Microsoft 365 thing. I don't know.
Good. So you're using. Are you thinking of OneDrive? Are you thinking of cloud backing it all up to OneDrive? Is that where your mind is?
Well, I have OneDrive, and I think I added to the 200. So I have because I guess I ran out of space for the other one that you have.
Well, the free one is 5 gigs, and then you can pay $2 a month for up to 200 gigs, and then if you pay the $7,
that's the one I.
Okay.
That's the one I have. The $299.
Got it. Yeah. So that's 200 gigs. That backs everything up to the cloud. So theoretically, if you signed up for that, you might already be backed up, right? Is that possible?
How do I know?
Okay. Well, the icon would be down by the clock, a little cloud icon.
Okay. I'm on the my settings, and then I'm into where I plug in the Seagate, and it has a OneDrive here.
Oh,
so,
all right, yeah. So the Seagate, we're talking about 2 different ways to back up. You're talking about physically a USB hard drive, which is possible and also recommended, but the OneDrive is cloud backup, which is built into Windows. So the cloud icon I'm talking about is next to the clock at the right lower end of the corner, or the right lower corner. And sometimes it's hidden.
Okay.
Sometimes it's hidden. It might be working, but hidden.
It says up to date.
Okay, I'd still like to go into the technical settings and see if you're actually backing everything up. You say you're paying for the can you click on the set or click on the cloud and then settings, and then it'll tell you if it's backing everything up. It should also go ahead.
Because it says documents, emails, attachment, and pictures. I don't know. Should I just see when it was backed up or?
Yeah. It should give us a number, like how many gigabytes is being backed up. By default, the OneDrive backs up all the all the folders that most people care about, like the desktop, the documents, the downloads, the pictures, the video. All those folders are default backed up. But you do have to engage it. You have to hit the button that says, please back this up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you might, but I would also recommend, even if that's working flawlessly for you, I would still recommend backing up to that USB drive.
Okay. To the Seagate.
Yeah, the Seagate hard drive is a backup that will protect you if you were to get some sort of hideous virus that would potentially encrypt your data. Because once you get one of those viruses, your backup utility to the cloud isn't necessarily smart enough to recognize that a virus encrypted your data, and then you end up backing up data you don't have access to because it's ransomware. So the only thing you can potentially do is pay for that ransomware and potentially get your
Okay,
data.
because I use a super anti-spyware. I scan the computer every day in that.
Yeah, that's fine, but nothing's foolproof. And I hate to sound like the bearer of bad news or Mr. Dark, where everything I speak of is negative. But you do want to make sure you're backed up in a way that's not touching the internet.
I see. Okay. All right. And then, so what do you charge? Do you charge per hour or
I
what?
charge an hour in a flat rate for a lot of work, but I mean, we could have had this conversation in person for free. And sometimes I like to see how people are working just to make sure I can have a proper conversation. But if you're thinking after 5 or 6 years of repairing this machine because it's not working right, I would probably recommend replacing the machine versus repairing it. But it sounds like if you just need help backing it up, you show up. I can take care of this in probably a half hour. For you, I think it makes sense for me to spend a half hour giving you an education rather than me charging you to just do it and then not have you know what's going on. I think in your benefit, it would be best if I gave you an education in person for that half hour, which is $60. And that way you can at least know how to work with your machine reliably, both with that USB hard drive and your cloud account.
Okay. So
$60.
basically, you charge 60 for a half hour.
Yes.
Okay. And then an hour, you charge 120 an hour.
Yes.
Okay.
So if
All right.
if you
Well,
think if you have a bunch of things that you think you might want to take care of, make a list, bring it over here. And oftentimes people are happy just because I'm able to give them a lesson on how things should work because they don't realize things were mishandled or they weren't understanding how certain things happen. So
I see. Okay. All right. And what was your name?
my name is Chris. I'm just at the corner of PCH and Nob Hill.
Chris. Okay. Okay, you're not that far. Okay. Well, let me talk to my partner. Not to when he gets home. I think he might have some, and then he might have some issues with his, and I'll give him your info, and we can call and set up something.
Sounds cool. Thanks. Have a great day.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye. Yeah, there you go. Another typical phone call. I was going to go live and broadcast another recorded phone call. Actually, I was going to do the same recorded call I just did earlier, but have it separate from the other prior phone call I did. I called a long-time customer and did some remote support that you guys didn't see because I knew I was going to be logging into her email account, and I didn't get permission to log in remotely, divulging all her private details. It's email, so I figured the vocal conversation was still of some value. But this time, now I want to give you that recorded call I played directly after it, but have it be a separate searchable video. So that was what I was about to do. Did not expect to get this call. First world problems. I've got a call that's worth showing off. So I'm going to end the live broadcast now, and then I'm going to come back on and then play that other recording again so that call has its dedicated time. And hopefully that won't get interrupted. Obviously, I'm a little oddball. What I'm offering is a free live interaction. That is why I do this unedited and live. I'm ultimately trying to get your live interaction so you can be part of the conversation. Show up, give me that phone call at 855-434-8787. Show up in the chat if you don't feel like a phone call, but I am all about free offerings when I'm not getting paid to do that house call or interacting in person. I do charge for here at the shop and for house calls locally. Obviously, if you're anywhere else in the world, you could also get me for free here on YouTube. 855-434-8787. I'm looking at the wrong camera. 855-434-8787. Give me a call during daylight hours here in Los Angeles, and you can have a live interaction. Bye.